Hello and welcome to Weird Around Illinois. Sometimes they often say be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. And if you think about some of these things that we're going after, they're big scary creatures. And it begs the question, well, two questions really. Which cryptid do we want to find and which cryptid are we really kind of worried about finding? But I thought all three of us could kind of pitch in and give our thoughts on that.
Well, I would want to see Dogman, but I also, in a way, wouldn't want to see him. At least not close up.
I could see that, Dogman. I mean, he's probably my favorite cryptid, and just seeing him would be so cool. It'd be like seeing a werewolf, like a mythical creature. But on the other hand, Dogman could rip people apart.
Yeah, he's known for being more aggressive, so it would be cool at the moment until your head is completely ripped off.
Right. So maybe he would be a great cryptid to see from a distance or from a moving car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe not a great cryptid to see when we're camping in the middle of the woods.
right.
What about you?
To be honest, I think one that I would want to see is Bigfoot. I mean, he's kind of the one of the most famous ones, I guess you could say. He's not exactly known for being the most aggressive out of all the cryptids. He just kind of seems like he's trying to mind his own business and move along.
Yeah, I mean, occasionally you get those stories about
Yeah.
him, throwing rocks at people or, tearing up a campsite or something.
Yeah, that could always be just because you were on his territory. You
Right.
got a little bit ticked off.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And what about the one that you don't want to see?
Mothman. He is the bringer of disaster, so if you come across Mothman, you might want to go the other direction. That's kind of unlucky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hate to be a copycat here, but mine actually match yours.
Yeah.
The one that I wanted to see was Bigfoot. My whole life I've always kind of envisioned Bigfoot as this gentle giant, this guardian of the forest. Who, like you said, if you don't mess with him, he doesn't mess with you. And when he does mess with people, it seems to be almost like he's guarding the earth. Like he's protecting against hunters with guns, or he's protecting against people, throwing trash all over their campsite or whatever. Kind of like, oh, this is before your time, but like Smokey the Bear from the old commercials for, don't pollute. But I feel like if we saw Bigfoot, we'd have a really good chance of walking away from that one without any injuries.
Yeah.
And it would be really cool because, as you said, he's kind of the most famous cryptid. And for the same reasons you brought up, I really don't want to see Mothman. Because the implications. I mean, the only I hate to be selfish about this, but maybe if we're on vacation 2,000 miles away and I see Mothman in a relatively unpopulated area, that'd be fine. But seeing Mothman a couple miles from our house would scare the heck out of me. I also agree with your comments about Dogman, though. It's just he kind of falls in the middle for me in both cases. It would be so cool to see Dogman, but at the same time, I'm afraid to see Dogman.
Yeah.
Those are our thoughts on the subject. We would love to hear yours as well. If you have an interest in seeing one of the big three cryptids, or there's one of the big three cryptids that you really don't want to see, or if there's one not on our list, maybe you're terrified of the Loch Ness Monster, or maybe you always wanted to see the Enfield Horror, or one of the lizard men from out east, by all means, share it in the comments. We'd love to hear about it. And if you have seen one of these cryptids before, we'd love to hear it. And as always, thank you for listening and thank you for subscribing.